We wish you a sweaty Christmas, a successful Mapalobaloba, and a Pothole New Year.
My name's Bomber.
And I'm Chris.
And you're listening to us drink coffee and record this week in Sedgefield.
All right, hold on there. Hold on, I'm just going to have a sip of my Daily Grind.
Daily Grind coffee.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Hi,
there
Kath.
we go.
We're recording now. Thanks for dropping in and leaving us with the plants.
Yeah. So, hello, everyone. We're recording live from our second temporary HQ, our headquarters.
Yeah.
Which is at the, we don't want to mention the name of the place. We'll just call it Code Name Daily Grind.
Yeah, or codename DG. For
DG,
sure.
coffee shop. Yeah,
that's right, that one over there.
Just so that you don't really know where it is.
Great spot to be. Merry Christmas, Mama.
Oh, and to you too.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I hope you had a wonderful one.
I did.
Yes, yeah,
no,
with family. Lots of family.
Oh, so much family, hey?
Yeah.
I mentioned to you earlier, we had a Christmas with like 6 surnames worth of people. Yes.
That's a lot of surnames.
Yeah.
Did everyone wear name badges?
No, there was only one person, just a lot of surnames on him.
So
Don't know what his first name is.
It was just the three of you.
Glorious. Yeah. Not even our kids, apparently.
We're sitting in the back room, in the sort of what's it? The office room connected
the extension,
to the coffee shop where they hold meetings and things. Yeah. I'm sharing a table with Chris and
that's an air fryer, is it?
It's an air fryer, or a deep fryer, or a something fryer.
Yeah.
Of sort.
We'll check in with him
later.
Not
a man of the cloth, not that sort of fryer.
No, not one of them, eh?
And for the first time since we started recording podcasts, I'm sitting here without a newspaper in front of me, which is quite bizarre.
Do you want me to go get one?
No, because we've done those stories. We did them last week.
Yeah,
and we haven't had a newspaper since. And we haven't got another one next week. So it's kind of weird. We don't have news stories as such.
So that's our episode for the week. Thanks for the chat, Bomber.
Thank you. Good night. It's been real.
It's been great. Yeah. No, but you've been here you're not often here for the Christmas Eve kind of parade that happened. Well, is it a parade? I suppose it counts as a parade now.
I think it's linked to the lighthouse thing where that whole
Swallow
house
Drive.
is lit up on Swallow Drive. So
beautiful.
A few years back, and I don't know how many years back, we always go a little bit out of town for Christmas Eve to my outlaws in Renendal.
Yeah.
And so we miss it. But every year it happens, and it's grown and grown and grown.
Yeah.
Not grown as in GROAN.
Oh. Although I'm sure there is some groaning. People are going to groan. It's going to happen.
But and this year I saw some video footage of this parade that they have on Christmas Eve, driving around Sedgefield with vehicles lit up. With people in costumes. Man, it's amazing.
Very festive.
I think there's over 10 vehicles.
Really? As much as that?
Yeah, and people in all these traditional Christmas costumes, including Santa Claus and elves and that sort of thing. They must be boiling.
Yeah, not really designed
boiling.
So it wasn't a white Christmas. It was a red and sweaty Christmas.
A red and sweaty Christmas, yeah.
So I heard that there was like a Shrek float. And so do you think this is the second anything that floats?
It could be. I think they were floating in sweat, to be honest. But the kids loved it. There was once again, I was in Renendal, but the feedback I saw on social media was that this made people's Christmases. It's become a huge
because
tradition.
They're all the way up from, I think they start in Karatra and then they come through to the island, and each of the sections along the way, the campsites by Swartvlei.
Oh wow!
They
do
stop
they go
off
that
there
far as well?
Yeah, no, they do.
It's
And
amazing.
I saw from Cleone, she puts on the group kind of the schedule for it.
Oh wow!
And says where they're going to be at the sort of rough times. And,
my goodness!
Oh, very cool there.
Yeah,
very festive.
Well done
Absolutely
to all involved in that. Yeah, yeah.
And Merry Christmas to our beautiful and amazing council.
Yes, indeed.
Who keep on giving gifts. So this is just let's just jump in and get a bit of what's been happening with our lovely mayor. Because last week when we spoke, there was the mayor had his kind of press release of what's been happening. And how successful they have been, and it was we absolutely love the comments. We were reading through them again now just before recording, and it's just so great to hear. And we're going to have a few things come up from the comments, but this was it did feel, we kind of had the sentiment, and it did sort of feel like he was claiming all the victory.
And I must admit, when I listened back to our podcast last week, We were clearly frustrated.
Oh really? How unusual to be frustrated with our council.
With the council. Because look, at the time, as you mentioned, the mayor was saying that everything's going fine and dandy, and the municipality had taken control of all the problems and adopted all the right resolutions, and everything was fine. Mm-hmm. But I think what really frustrated us was the fact that the Knysna Infrastructure Group, which is made up of all the volunteers in Knysna who have taken it upon themselves, businesses and individuals, taken it upon themselves to fix the problems that the municipality is unable to fix. Infrastructure problems. Stepping in to make sure pumps are working, things are electrical connections, whatever, water system problems, sewage system problems.
It's an interesting word that you use there, unable to fix. Like it's a different kind of framing, isn't it?
Yes,
If we really consider in mind, like, what are they actually able to do? Sorry, that's just a bit of a tangent just because I heard that. And it is, because they're stepping in, either unwilling sounds wrong. It sounds a bit too strong, because there are people in that council who deeply care for the town.
Well, let's say that they don't have the resources. And whether those resources include just finances and materials, or whether they also include willingness. Is willingness seen as a resource? I don't know.
Let's say it is. Well, they're just so bound up in red tape.
That's it.
The amount that it takes to actually fix anything.
And they've got lots of political speeches to make.
Exactly,
So those are the important things to concentrate on.
You got to set up the stand, the grand stand to stand upon. But there
our
was more.
frustration was that they hadn't acknowledged the Knysna Infrastructure Group. But I was delighted on a short while later, last Monday, so the day before Christmas, so Christmas Eve.
The eve of Christmas Eve.
There was the Knysna Infrastructure Group themselves sent out a press release.
We'll do our own one then.
No. Well, it was more of a report that they had met with the mayor.
Oh, nice.
And with the new municipal manager, Lulamile Mapalobaloba.
I'll remember his name.
His proper name is Mapaloba. But it doesn't. It sounds better when you add an extra loba or two.
I hope he doesn't mind. If you are listening, sir, then please do let us know if you don't like us saying your name like that.
So him and the executive mayor, Aubrey Tsengwa, and senior municipal management met with the infrastructure group. In the boardroom, the mayoral boardroom, and they discussed critical infrastructure challenges and build collaborative relationships in an aim to find sustainable solutions for the greater Knysna area.
A lot of great buzzwords in there,
A lot of the right buzzwords. But it's still early days. But I am liking how this Lulamile Mapalobaloba is sounding. I'd like to quote from his what he said.
Please do, because this is like really concise and just such a good summary of kind of our current condition.
And it's also an admission, isn't it?
I suppose so.
Whereas the mayor's press release last time kind of sounded like, hey, everything's fine.
It's fine. Look how shiny
nothing to see here, folks.
Got the plan. We're doing the plan.
More admission.
Sober.
So he says the municipality is grappling with pressing infrastructure challenges that demand urgent attention and action.
Yes.
Then he says, between May and September 2024, significant staff resignations in the water and sewer section led to a lack of internal capacity, exacerbating existing issues that were happening.
That's interesting. We'll come back to that. Exacerbating existing issues, yeah?
Okay. Compounding this, much of Knysna's infrastructure has surpassed its intended lifespan. Mm-hmm. I wonder if that includes the councillors. No, I'm sure it's not.
No, but they're only in there for like...
resulting in inefficiencies and frequent mechanical and electrical breakdown. Yeah. Furthermore, inadequate funding for infrastructure renewal projects has hindered efforts to address these issues comprehensively. So now, I like that, because he's basically, what he's saying is that, we understand, we're recognizing that there are problems.
Yes. Yeah. So that's such a big part of solving a problem is acknowledging that it exists.
That it exists. B, he's pointing out that the infrastructure failure is not something that's happened overnight. It's happened over leadership from the last maybe 10, 15 years.
However many years, yeah.
So it does also mean that all parties are responsible.
Yeah. This is not something new. That's just happened with the current
the leadership of various things. But also acknowledging that the financial implications that are happening now has meant that they have not been urgently addressed as they could have been. Yeah. So basically we've got the long-term problem of failure infrastructure to which the blame falls on every party. Yeah. And the short-term financial crisis, possibly that the blame for that can be aimed at the current leadership. Yeah. I don't know. We'd have to find out more about that. Yeah. But he's encapsulated the problems and talked about a willingness to work with
the community.
The community.
And that's one of the, when Lavelle was still the mayor, before that chopping and changing kind of happened, and he was ousted and, all of that spiel, that was one of his big things that I really, really liked, the collaboration with the community. And it seems like he's not only acknowledging that, but he's already kind of taking steps in doing that.
Just meeting with the Knysna Infrastructure Group. Yeah. Is a huge cornerstone, a huge
indicator.
Milestone.
Yeah. No, absolutely. No, I really dig that.
It's good. So maybe next year will be better. I don't know.
Yeah, better. And
look, there's been one or two little. I want to say speed bumps. I don't know. There's been a couple of things we've seen on the groups where the waste collection have been unable to finish their work because they've been turned away from the drop-off point in Knysna. So I hope that's not a sign that the big collection point is struggling again. Ooh. But look, it hasn't been as bad as last year.
No. Last year was another level. Also, I saw a warning just
last season.
Yeah, I saw kind of a warning for just our area for Sage, just saying that, hey, just careful how much water you're using. Our current system is struggling. Okay. I mean, we swelled
drought story.
Oh I know. We've swelled. The whole area has, and I think been doing pretty well.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Everything seems to be coping well.
But it'll be very interesting to see if there are improvements that come out of this. Hey, what if next year there were less potholes?
Oh, yeah.
Would that be a good marker for some kind of success? Because it's something quite tangible. It's something that's used really often. And while, potholes are a big thing, aren't they?
And some of them are bigger than others.
The one outside the
gallery,
art gallery, the gallery. That one's been has it been fixed all the way?
It has been, yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, look, there's still, it's the last report I saw was the 24th of December, where they showed that it had been filled, but there was still they'd still sort of closed off the road. I didn't see any tar on it yet.
Oh, is it?
But I mean that was promoted. That was from pothole to sinkhole.
Okay.
So yeah, that was,
It's on its way up.
So
I hope that they're getting.
the
I hope that they're
mother
getting.
of all potholes, we said, yes, has been fixed.
Yes, it's been fixed. Okay, so you got to fix the mother of all potholes, like you would fix a dog or a cat, right?
Yes, well, that's what we were saying earlier, wasn't it? That when someone says these things have got to be fixed, it does. Yeah, when you have your dog fixed or your cat fixed, it's to stop them breeding.
Yeah.
And it does feel like the potholes have been breeding.
Oh
doesn't
yes,
it? Yeah,
no,
they're just everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Living in colonies.
Yes,
Yeah. Small families growing into bigger families.
They're forming gangs, Bomber.
Yes, yeah.
Bomber, they're forming gangs. These potholes, it's getting out of hand.
I know. Yeah, they're eating the tires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're eating our joy, man. But I don't know if you saw this, but I kind of picked up on it not too many years ago, but a few years ago, that there was, I think it was in a Neisner newsletter, and I found the one document of how the municipality was encouraging, if we can say that, or just giving you the option to fix your own potholes, out on your street. So this was still from the Neisner website, the Neisner Gov website, the municipality website, saying it's a document called How to Fix a Pothole.
Okay.
The Neisner municipality thanks you for considering fixing your own pothole at your own cost. While
I need to interject there. Your own pothole?
Yes. Yeah, that you caused.
But I mean,
I say that to the kids.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to thank my kids for tidying their room. I probably shouldn't. I think I do, just because it makes us as parents happier. But it's thank you for cleaning your room. Should I put that intonation in there?
Yes.
At your own cost, your pothole. While it is not a long-term solution, the document says, repairing a pothole prevents the road from further deterioration. And that is most certainly better for our roads, isn't it? It goes on to say how if it's less than an A4 size, I think the measurement is less than like 200 millimeters, you can purchase material from a reputable supplier. And I saw when I did the search, that's Builder's Warehouse. I don't know if Build It has this.
I'm sure they do.
I think they do.
Because you don't want to buy from an irreputable supplier. Yeah, you don't want all these fake concrete bits and
that's right.
Mass-produced gravel.
Yeah, no ways.
No.
We want
Never
the good
know what
stuff.
will happen then.
Yeah. And then there's a step-by-step. I'm not going to go through it now, but a step-by-step how to fix a pothole, including using a pick to remove excess tar.
Oh, yes.
But that has me a little bit worried.
Yeah, don't do it in December because there'll be a GP number plate in your face very quickly.
Oh, but I think they're quite used to really jacked up roads. I think they're good at just overlooking anything that's happening on the road. Just in general. Maybe that's just my observation.
Yeah. So you don't think driving over a local will affect their?
No. They're all in 4x4s and Land Rovers anyway, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay. So hopefully 2025 will do well on potholes. It'll be interesting to see if anybody. I don't know anybody who's fixed their own pothole.
No,
not their own, just the rest of our potholes.
Yes,
just the town's potholes. I wonder if there will be.
That's an interesting point. Can we claim ownership of a pothole? Do we sort of get a certificate of ownership before we fix it?
I'll print it.
Or after? Will you do that?
My printer's not working well, but I know a guy.
You know a guy. Okay.
Let's go to the edge doing your official certificates, printouts for your potholes, for the space of the potholes, not the actual pothole.
Because this could be a business plan.
Yes.
People in America buy planets and stars.
Yes.
And they get a certificate saying you own this star.
And you can become like a lord or a lady by owning some land in Scotland. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Where someone buys like a hectare or whatever, and then you just buy like 30 centimeters of it. And then you're a lord.
And people are desperate to own a small piece of ground in the garden route. So can't we sell them potholes?
Maybe. Well, that's it. We found our niche.
You can tell them, friends can pop in, drop in anytime.
Anytime you want.
Yeah, close to all the amenities.
Yeah, there we go. And rest there for a while.
Yes, surrounded by a network of roads.
And then we can sell insurance as well for in case you get stuck there, like travel insurance.
Enough of this.
Enough of the potholes.
We don't want to give away all our money making plans.
Yeah. So 2024 was the year of This Week in Sedgefield. Officially claiming.
Yes.
No, it was. We started off. We had a look back at some of our headlines and things like that. But we started in February of this year. Was the trial
on Valentine's Day? Yeah.
How serendipitous was that? but let's talk about what was some of your favorite things. Do you have some favorite things from 2024 that we spoke about, or that we didn't speak about that just happened to be in the age?
Well,
I can go through some headlines if you want.
Yeah, well, I think the longest story we with well, there was two running neck and neck.
That's right.
The one was the elephant, the grey elephant story.
The grey elephant, yeah.
Which that's the one of the company in Knysna, the owners of the Knysna Mall. Being in debt to the municipality for 55 million. Well, that between that company and another and two owned by the same people. Yeah. But that's taken a step recently. I saw a release come recently that they are taking the municipality to court.
Yeah, and that's the side that we haven't really heard of this story. We've just been saying, hey, how about this? And then the municipality suddenly using their space. And
the story was that they owed the money to the municipality, and the municipality council were considering writing it off.
Yeah.
So,
well, not considering. They said we're writing it off multiple times,
yes.
And then province said no.
They resolved to write it off.
Yeah.
And then there was the talk of unresolving the resolution.
Yeah, the unresolved resolution.
So that was kind of the argument. So basically, it wasn't as to whether they owed it or not. They had said that they would like it reduced, and the municipality had resolved to do that. The council, and then the council members of that council,
majority of the council,
majority of the council. So that, and then the council took it to court, and other members of the
action group,
the DAG, the action group, TAG. That's it.
Yeah,
they wanted to take it to court as well. So that was where the story lay.
Yes,
but now the people themselves that owe the money,
the elephants
are taking it to court to say we don't owe this much money.
Yeah, and it was great to hear the other side of it a little bit. We are only hearing a little bit. It'll be great to actually speak to them and hear. And hear more on this.
Yeah,
there was a dispute with their rates that from when they kind of started off in 2014, because I think it has been about that long.
I don't know.
I might have the wrong number, but I remember from the court papers from I think that was the one from TAG, where there was sort of around that year mentioned, and then it just kind of tracks all of the progress of that. But that they have not been happy with how the rates have been charged. It was some sort of idea with flat rates. We'll have a look into it. But that's definitely been one of the longest lasting stories, but certainly not the own one. The other one would be the dune.
Oh yeah, the building on the top of the dune. Once again, the story is that not so much the building on top of the dune. Well, no, it is about that, but it's about the court order to stop the building on top of the dune that the law enforcement has not been
enforced.
Unenforced enforcement. There's always going to be the question as to whether and where people can build.
Yeah.
But once the decision has been made by the courts, then that has to be adhered to.
Yeah.
And law enforcement hasn't been either under-resourced or unwilling or both. They haven't been enforcing that law. And that's just been ongoing. And I've seen on the June group, it's on the June WhatsApp group. People of the June. they've it's still going on. There's been complaints of noise there over the season.
Noise and build. But I must say, I noticed, because I mentioned a bunch of times, we're in Groenvallei, so we get to hear a lot of the noise, and we're up on a little bit of a hill there. So we hear very, very plainly, very, obviously the sound carries right across. But there was one of the days, and I can't remember exactly when it was, but there was noise. It was like 9
Serious
o'clock at night,
noise.
like really serious noise. It sounded like we actually went outside because we could hear it kind of in our house. Normally we do have to go out a little bit.
Okay.
And there was a lot of noise. So we went back
wow.
in and thought, okay, if this is, any amount longer, we'll call the fire department. We've done it before. You call and say, hey, there's noise. They ask where you are and, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But within a few minutes, probably 15 minutes, there was no more noise.
Oh, so someone did step in. Oh, that's good to hear.
I think, it must have been.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's those, the extra kind of municipal workers that
the
that
law
were there.
enforcement officers.
Yes, for the bylaws. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
If that's what helped, or not quite sure
well,
what
I
it was,
hope
but
so.
I was
I hope
greatly
so.
appreciative
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
But you do still hear often, and it's such a tough one to sort out just reactively.
Yes.
Because you hear the banging of houses being erected.
Yeah.
And it's happening, and people are calling it. Yeah. It's
So
a tough one.
those two stories will carry on into next year, won't they?
Yeah, but nothing else will.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Oh, maybe the potholes. Maybe
No, we're going to
Yeah.
fix them all. We're going to take ownership of them, and then
Yes.
we don't get to speak about people's private property
once
anymore.
that's it. You can't speak about someone else's pothole.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa. Keep your eyes away from a pothole. No. But some of the other things that happened this year, which were, we looked, there were a few times that guns were mentioned, like there was that massive cache of guns being illegally stored. There was the gunfight at the Neisner Corral.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That was
With like death threats made.
death threats at the airport.
Yeah, that's it. Ooh, that's a good headline as well. Hey,
so
death
that
threats at the airport.
seems to have.
That sounds very
strangely,
Bruce Willis.
That seems to have drifted away. That story, because it's quite a wild accusation to make, and it was made in paper.
And then there was a
Wasn't
counter
verbal
accusation.
Yeah. So we don't know what happened. That particular municipal manager, or the acting municipal manager, has gone.
Oh, wait.
Well, not.
Wait, what?
No, we hope he's still alive.
Still right, yeah. No, we would have heard of that.
Yeah. I'm sure we would have. Yeah, we would have. Hey.
Oh boy, this has taken a bit of a grim turn.
And
so
now,
other things that we heard about were the George building collapse happened this year.
wow, that does
was this
seem
year.
a long time ago, doesn't it? So that's something also that we need to get. Is the word closure right? We haven't heard of any results of investigations.
Yeah, but there must be going on. What I did hear just from some friends who are doing building. I mean, we've got so many builders around town.
Yeah.
So it'd be great to actually hear from anyone. Drop it in the comments and a voice note if you are able to do that.
Yeah.
But just that a lot of the building regulations and things like that became a bit stricter. There were parts of it where the red tape of it thickened.
Okay.
Just trying to get, and I don't know if that was on the safety side. I don't know if it was on building plans, kind of approval side, which part of it I know would be frustrating for a lot of people who are doing it and have always done it right.
Yeah.
But there are obviously some people who are taking shortcuts.
Yeah. We don't know.
Well, actually, we don't know. Sorry, that's definitely out of turn. We don't know where the shortcut, if there was a shortcut. We don't know exactly. Well, I don't know exactly what happened.
They still have to come up with that sort of information as to what caused the building to collapse.
But how crazy is that? How obsessed everyone is kind of around that, and isn't this just how so much works? That it's just kind of this short-term interest on it.
Yeah.
And then I know from my side, then I didn't really follow up because wasn't just hearing about it. As much afterwards.
It's all and the wheels of administration turn very, very slowly in South Africa.
Yeah.
So when there's deep and meaningful investigations going on, they can take years.
Oh yeah.
And like you've just said, within a few months of things happening, depending on the seriousness, we kind of we move on to other things.
Yeah, no, we do.
And maybe there'll be a headline somewhere along the line when they find out if someone was responsible or some company was responsible.
Yeah. They also don't want to just throw out names.
No, absolutely they can't.
Sure.
I've also been told that the award for the choo-choo has been handed out. For the line between Neisner and Sedgefield. I'm doing some research left, right, and centre to try and find if that's true. Someone who is true. 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 Look, for years we've been. Well, every sort of decade or so, something will be announced, and the headlines come up saying "Choo Choo back on track," because there's so many different things you can use. Full steam ahead for the choo choo and all those sorts of things, and then it sort of dies out because once again paperwork and so on and so forth. But someone in the know came and said, no, the tender had been awarded.
Because I saw there was a tender much earlier in the year, and then you mentioned that it might be. So that's exciting.
It'll be exciting if it happens, but we haven't had the official. And there's been so many different efforts started. So I've been on all the websites looking for a fresh announcement. But there hasn't been, and a lot of the websites haven't been attended to in years. So it's kind of abandoned. Can you abandon a website?
You can, yes.
And will it just stay there?
Website. Yeah. No, if you don't pay for the hosting.
So they must be paying for the hosting, but
but I mean, it's
like paying rent for a building that's not occupied.
Yes.
Yeah, very strange. Occupy your websites, people.
Come on.
Make an effort.
But there has been, I don't know if you've seen that at Steam Whistle. I can't remember his name, on a tractor, and made a sort of impromptu choo-choo.
Oh, yes.
That families and kids have been loving. We haven't taken our kids on it yet.
Okay.
But we stopped by and we've seen it.
So it's not on the track, is it?
No, it's not on the track.
It's just sort of going in the driveway around the station.
And around the back, So through the kind of station park, because it is tracked, and go over things in between the tracks. The two sets of tracks, and up around a little bit, and then you see it through the parking lot. Good
brilliant.
fun.
I want to go and have a look at that.
Go have a little ride.
Yes.
Hey? What an adventure.
I have a grandchild now, so I have an excuse to go.
That'll be a cool one. That's often just what we need. Hey? We want to do the fun things. We want to go on choo-choo rides and hay bale rides and all of that. I don't know if it's still running. Now,
okay,
I would think it is still.
We'll go and find out.
That'll be cool to see.
Yeah.
And then I saw Neisner tried to do in one of their big marketing pushes, saying that the choo-choo is up and running again, but it was a helicopter. Did you see that? The helicopter tour rides.
No.
And the tourism.
Was it a steam-driven helicopter?
Didn't quite get off the ground.
Ooh, I saw what you did there.
Yeah. No, but they were doing like a big thing, and on the adverts, and I saw as you drive into Neisner, they've got the helicopter ride as well. So I don't know if there's a big tourism kind of collaboration just to push for these helicopter rides as a big kind of tourist attraction, which lovely, but I don't think it quite falls into the same category.
Well, no,
price-wise or any other way.
I'm actually trying to find a link between the choo-choo and the helicopter. Maybe,
but you need you're not seeing my hand gestures in that, which is a helicopter motion. That's the best that we got.
No, it's if you heard the propeller, it is a propeller, hey?
No, it's a helicopter.
Okay, propeller head. If you heard it going that slowly, I think you might panic a lot.
Might not get on it.
Sheesh. Well, there we go. So, and does it fly along the track or something?
I don't even think so. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it would be super exciting if it did. Maybe it would. That would be a nice one. But I would think you would want to go out over the water.
Over the water and like the train never did.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, shame. Oh, but that'll be a very, very cool one. Man, I'm excited for that.
Yes,
I would love for my kids to experience that. I know in George you go from the Railway Museum on some of those smaller ones up kind of Victoria Heights and Vic Bay and Picnic Spot and all that. I haven't done that, but I hear that's magical and great.
But I think that's an electric car, isn't it?
Is
electric
I would think so.
Or a diesel or something.
Yes,
it's not. It's not
you got to push it yourself.
Choo-choo. It doesn't have steam, and I mean that really was such a special part of Sedgefield.
Oh, if we could capture that again. I mean, this really area is tourism center. It makes sense, but man, a lot of cash. A lot of cash,
absolutely.
a lot of care, and but how many jobs could be created with that?
Well, that's
and the construction
I'm
in favor. I'm a fan.
Me
I'm
too.
in favor of
Me
that.
too.
Yeah. And I think that about does it for this year.
Oh yeah, doesn't it? The next one we do will be next year. 2025.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Here we
boy.
go. Hey, looking forward to that. But Bomber, thanks so much for an absolutely outstanding year of the age of kicking off this podcast. And
Yeah, it's been great. It's been
thank you to
absolutely
all of
great.
our-
Thank you for being the techno person.
I
and
do
the
like techno
knowledgeable
music.
person. Do you?
No, I don't. No one actually does. They just don't like themselves.
Okay.
Sorry, not a good one to end off with. But it has, man. It's been really, really great. I've loved being able to do this. Thank you to all of our listeners for chatting to us, for sending us the voice notes, for the comments, for all of those things.
Yeah,
been
it's
magic.
great to get the feedback. Great to get the feedback. And just remind people again how, when I say people, I'm including myself. Yeah. How do people give feedback? What's the best way?
So step one is go to Build It. Drop a comment.
Drop a
and
comment
this is,
on.
this is on the YouTube one
You're
or on
talking
Spotify.
to someone who's sort of almost 60. So drop a comment. Sounds like I should write it on a piece of paper and put it in a pothole or something.
Oh, please do. Yeah. But make sure that you put it in my pothole.
Your pothole.
Or Bomber's pothole.
Okay,
there we
yes.
go. Or my wife's. Yeah.
So when you say drop a comment, that's on the tube of you, is it?
Yes,
the YouTube.
the YouTubey. So just below the video or the picture or the thing, you use your mouse. That's the little mouse looking device. It might have a wire.
The rodent.
Yes, the rodent one.
Yeah.
You move that over and you use the left mouse button, not the right one. You're going to struggle if you use the right one.
Okay,
the
so
left
you
mouse
just
button,
click.
Yeah,
Okay.
where it says something about tell us what you think. I don't know.
Okay,
those,
and can they do that in that other thing, Spotify?
Spotify, yes, yeah. There have been a few comments that come in from Spotify that we picked up. So thank you so much to those who've dropped those there.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
To hear. Yeah.
Well done. You've technically updated.
I did it.
Everyone.
I did it. I should teach this stuff.
You should. You should really.
Awesome, Bomber. But thanks for the chat.
Thank you.